Charlie's brought a toy. All righty. All right, buddy. I can't play today. So just having a seat on your mat. And just taking a minute to find some stillness within, some silence within. And grounding through your body down into the floor beneath you. Just setting your hands on your knees. Feel yourself lift up tall through the spine. And just start to find your breath. Just noticing how your breath feels this morning. And start to take the breath in a little bit deeper, slower. And maybe let the breath out just a little bit slower than before. It's always good to find moments, even if it's just for a few moments, to just stop the body, stop moving, and find these moments where your body can be still. And it's the first step to bringing our mind and our heart to stillness. Giving ourselves permission to stop the craziness, the busybodiness, the anxiety that comes with moving around and trying to get things done, and all the busyness of life that we tend to have. Just coming to a point of stillness, forced slowness. Then let's gently switch the crossing of your legs. Notice the difference. Notice the uncomfortability that comes with switching the crossing of the legs. Notice that now, even though we're sitting in stillness, since the legs are maybe a little bit more uncomfortable, that the mind becomes busy again, trying to deal with physical, the things in the physical body that become uncomfortable. And even though we're trying to stay still in the body, whatever is uncomfortable in the body now goes to the mind. So we try to relax through the body. And even though we didn't do it on the other side, we're going to do it here. We're going to take the hands to the floor, press firmly into the palms, round through the back, bring your chin to your chest. Try to draw the shoulders away from the neck, round through the back. And then walk the hands forward or slide them and just start to let the heart come down. Let the chin come a little bit closer to the chest. And then walking the hands back in. Let's uncross the legs. Bring your feet out in front. Press through your heels, lift up tall through the spine, and then take your hands, place them right here next to your hips. We're going to press firmly into the floor, into the palms, and feel as though you're trying to lift your booty off the floor. Engage your core, strong in the legs. Now lift your chin. And then bring your chin back to your chest. Breathe in nice and long and slow. Exhale slowly. And then release that pressure in your hands. Let's take the arms wide. Take your hands all the way up to the top. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Good stretch all along the back of the body. We're moving nice and slow this morning. And we don't really move way too fast in our classes anyway, but moving very slow and intentional this morning for the reason of what we call wintering. We are smack in the middle of winter. It's cold outside. We have the threat of ice and snow, well, at least some good ice coming or some winter weather coming in the middle of next week. And I want to talk just a little bit about the importance of wintering. We're holding here in this forward fold, still just stretching the back. It's okay to hold this a little bit longer. Reach your hands forward, inhale all the way up. And exhale forward again, just holding this forward fold. So wintering is that time when nature starts to, shed its leaves, and the animals know what to do to prepare for winter. And everything moves slower. A lot of stuff goes underground into hibernation. And although we can't go underground into hibernation most of the time, we still have to come back out and live life. We can take this wintering time to slow the body down and not feel stressed about it, to not feel shame about slowing down. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, forward fold again. So yes, wintering is, even though we do have busy lives, we can still feel okay about coming home at the end of the day, uh, crawling under a blanket and taking taking a nice warm long nap, taking care of your body, restoring your body, eating good nourishing foods. And it doesn't always have to be during the season of winter. If you're going through a tough time in life, um, you can treat that as wintering, even if it's in the middle of summer. Because there are times you just have to just slow down and take care of you. Deep breath in, feel your belly kind of pressing in towards your legs. And as you exhale, feel your heart lengthen a little bit more towards your toes. We've been in this position for a while. We're starting to feel the back of the body open. Reach your hands forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Good. Let's come onto your hands and knees. So let's drop the belly down, lift the chin. So we had been in that forward fold for a moment, so we're going to counterpose that by letting the belly drop, lifting the chin. Feel the back of the head maybe reaching toward your tailbone. Holding here, but breathing all the way in, all the way out, just noticing which part of the breath, the inhale or the exhale, feels a little bit more difficult because of your physical position. The inhale is going to feel a little bit more labored because of just we're stretching through the core. And then let's tuck your toes and come into downward facing dog. Let your body settle into downward dog. And even though we're not moving really fast here or in this practice today, doesn't mean you can't get the workout that you might need. You can engage certain muscles, isometrics, more than a cardio movement here. Or if you need more of a slow, nourishing practice, you can just find your juicy spot in the pose and hold that. Find your long, slow breath in downward dog. And then let's walk your feet up to the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold at the top. Once you're there, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, let the heart come back down, forward fold. Let's take your head from left to right. Just shaking your head no. And then forward and back, shaking your head yes. And then come to stillness with the head and lift up halfway. Exhale back down, bend into your knees, take your arms wide. Let's come all the way up, reaching high. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Ground into your right foot as you lean to the left. Just a little ways, doesn't have to be very deep. We'll come back to this in a second. Inhale, ground through your left foot, come over to the right. Inhale, come back to center, ground the right foot, come over to the left. Maybe come a little bit deeper this time. Come back to center, ground through that left foot and reach over, banana over to the right side. Come back to center, ground in the right foot, lean to the left. Come back to center, ground through that left foot, lean to the right. Good. Come back to center, relax the hands at heart center. Inhale, send the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step your left foot back. Come on down to the knee. Press your hips forward. Feel that lengthening in the left hip flexor. And your hands can either be here on the floor or on blocks or on your knee. But let's lift the heart and send the arms up. Now feel the hands reaching up high. Your shoulders kind of reach up towards your ears. And then feel the shoulder blades roll down the back. So your shoulders come away from your ears, your neck gets longer. And each breath in helps to inflate that low belly and stretch that left hip flexor. And it even brings breath into your low back. So we're not crunching too much in the low back, but creating space with the breath. Next, exhale, take the hands to the floor. Let's come up off of that left knee, step it forward, forward fold. Take your head, yes and no. And then inhale, lift up halfway. Take your right foot back. Come on down to that right knee. Hands can stay at the blocks or on the floor. Press the hips forward. Start to feel that slow stretch in that right hip flexor. Take your breath all the way into the belly. And then start to rise up. Slowly taking the arms all the way up. Now let's feel those shoulders roll up by the ears. And then let them slowly roll back down the back. Neck grows longer. Feel the long, slow breath coming into your belly. And notice if you feel like you're collapsing in that low back, like sometimes we tend to get lazy in this pose where the back likes to round here. But when we breathe deeply into the belly, it starts to spread in the low back so that we create space in there and those bones aren't crunching up against each other. Exhale, take the hands down. Now let's take this left foot, bring it back. We're going to come onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift up one knee at a time, come into your plank pose. Now from there, we're going to lift the hips, come back downward facing dog. Adjust your feet how you might need. And pedal out your feet. Slow and steady. How about lifting one heel on the inhale? And then on the exhale, switch. Lift up one heel, put the other one down. Inhale. Exhale. Got a kitty in the screen. And then let's come on down to your knees. Take your left foot back. Press through that left heel. Take your right hand, reach it forward. Long, slow breath. Not moving fast, but holding a little bit longer. Finding what muscles are needed to hold you in these positions a little bit longer and more steady. Take the right hand down, left knee down, tuck the toes, lift up downward facing dog. Come on back down to the knees. Take your right foot, extend it back, press through that heel. Take the left hand, reach it forward. Holding steady. You can even feel that left leg draw toward your center line. Left arm, left hand draw toward the center line as well. Do a little bit of engagement in the core to keep the belly from dipping down. And then set the left hand down, right knee down, tuck the toes, downward dog. Pedal out your feet with your breath. Come on down to the knees again. Left foot goes back, right hand goes forward. On your next exhale, bring the knee and the elbow together in the center. Inhale, reach both long. Exhale, bring them together. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, bring together. Inhale, reach long. Exhale together. Inhale long. And set everything down. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And come on back down to the knees. Take the right foot back. Take the left hand, reach it forward. Really press into that right hand so we're not collapsing into that shoulder. As you exhale, take the knee and the elbow together. Inhale long. Exhale together. Inhale long. Exhale together. Inhale long. Exhale together. Inhale long. One more. Exhale together. Inhale long. Take the left hand down, right knee down. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Move your heels with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now from here, let's walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Come into a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, back down. Bend into your knees, take your arms wide, come all the way up, lift high. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Feel the grounding under your feet. Feel your shoulders slide down your back, your neck grows long. Give a slight engagement in your core, strong in your feet, so your kneecaps are lifting up towards your hips. Let's take your left foot, step it back, landing on those toes. Maybe take your feet out a little bit wider, just so you're not walking a tightrope here. Inhale, take the arms up. Feel that left heel lift up strong. And if you feel strong in your stance here, we're going to make this a little bit more of a dynamic move. And we're going to exhale, bring the arms forward and down and back. So the heart is reaching forward, hands reaching back. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, forward and down and back. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, sweep down and back. Inhale, sweep up. One more time. Exhale, sweep down and back. Inhale up. Good. Hands to heart center. Turn your left toes out, ground the heel. Come for warrior two. Feel your hips sink down. Engage your core. Now spin this left heel back out. Hands together at heart center. Step your left foot forward. Let's take your right foot, step it back, come down onto the toes, maybe take your feet a little bit wider so you get a wider gait. Lift up through that heel, right heel, take your arms up. Strong in that back leg, firm in that front left foot. Exhale, drop the arms down and reach back. Inhale up. Exhale down and back. Inhale up. Exhale down and back. Inhale up. One more. Exhale down and back. Inhale up. Good. Bring your hands to heart center. Turn your right toes out. Ground the heel. And come into warrior two. Feel your hips kind of drop down a little bit so you get a little bit more bend in that knee, only if it feels okay. Feel your core engage. Good and strong in the body. Hands together at heart center. Open up this right foot and then step the right foot forward. Inhale, send the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, walk your way back into a plank pose. Holding steady in your plank. And then lowering down between your hands. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift up into a cobra. Good and long in the spine. Exhale back down. Press your way back into a child's pose. Give yourself a rest for a moment. Maybe think about some different ways that you can honor yourself in this winter season. Maybe you already are taking time to rest and recover or hibernate. Maybe there are other activities that can be done or forgotten about to allow yourself more time to enjoy this wintering season, this physical wintering season. And then when you're ready, just come back into downward facing dog. And when you're ready, you can walk your way up to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale back down. Bend into your knees, arms wide, come all the way up, reach high. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Good. We're going to take your left foot, step it back. Let's turn your left toes out. We're coming for warrior two again. So find your bend in that right knee, coming as deeply as you wish. It doesn't have to be as wide and long and deep as you see here. Open up your arms long. Now, almost feel yourself pressing your shoulders downward, making the neck grow long. And then engage this core here to keep you steady. Flip your right hand, keep all of those things engaged, and lift that right hand. Let your left hand rest to the back of the left leg. Exhale back to warrior two. We're going to take your right elbow down to the knee. Take the left arm over the ear. Good and long through that left side. Come back to warrior two. Flip your right hand, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, pass through warrior two, drop that right elbow to the knee, left arm goes over the ear. Good, long and strong through that left side. Not collapsing into that right shoulder, but pressing into the right elbow to get that neck nice and long. Come back to warrior two. That right leg's had about all it can take. Hands together at heart center. Let's start to bring that left foot up to meet the right. Good. Inhale, send the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Relax here in a good forward fold. Breathe into your belly. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, back down. Bend the knees, arms wide. Come all the way up. Hands to heart center. Let's take your right foot. We're going to step it back. Turn the right toes out. Come for warrior two. Come into your warrior two. Just remembering to keep that core engaged, to keep you steady instead of leaning back or forward. Feel your shoulders melt away from your ears. We're going to flip that left hand and lift all the way up through that left hand. Peaceful warrior here. Next exhale, come back to warrior two. And then we're going to take that left elbow down to the knee. Take this right arm up over the ear, reaching long and strong through that right side. So we got a good angle from your fingertips all the way to the edge blade of that right foot. Good. Let's come back to warrior two. Flipping your left hand, come into peaceful warrior, big breath in. And then as you exhale, pass through warrior two, come right into that extended side angle here. Good, come back to warrior two. Hands together to heart center and start to take this right foot up to the top of the mat. Inhale, send the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Let's walk your feet out a little bit wider, maybe even to the edges of the mat if you wish. Bend into the knees and let the body just hang down. Arms can be limp and loose. You shake your head yes and no. Giving a little cervical spine love to the head and the skull. And then take the bend as much as you can out of the knees. Lift up halfway. Exhale back down. Now, take your hands to your knees. Bend into your knees. So you're squatting a little bit here. Lift your heart halfway. Okay? So it's almost like we're coming into a chair pose. We're actually going to come into a goddess pose. So I'm going to turn to face the camera so you can see me. So we've got a bend in our knees. Our arms are at cactus arms here. Now, turn your left toes out about 45 degrees and then do the same with your right. Give a little more bend into your knees. Now, let's bring the bend out of the knees, take the arms all the way up. Engage the core. Keep that core engaged as you come right back into your goddess pose, okay? Now let's take your left elbow to your left knee, take your right arm over the ear. Come back to goddess. Right elbow to the right knee, left arm over the ear. Come back to goddess. Lift up, take the bend out of the knees. Take the arms up, hands to heart center. One of my kids' phones going off. Bend into your knees again. Come back into your goddess pose. Left elbow to the knee, right arm over the ear. And then transition right over to the other side. And then right over to the left side again. And back over to the right side. Come back to goddess pose. We're going to lift all the way up. Exhale to goddess, maybe a little deeper. Come all the way up. Exhale back to goddess. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Now let's come back up. Take your hands to heart center. Heel toe your feet back to the center. Inhale, send the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale down, take this left foot back. Turn your left toes out. Let's take your hands to your right knee. The heart and that right knee are both going toward that end of the mat, okay? But you got your left toes turned out 90 degrees like a warrior two. Now let's come all the way into your warrior two. Flip that right hand, peaceful warrior. Good and long through that right side. Exhale, come back through warrior two. Take that right elbow to the knee, left arm over the ear. Long extended side angle on the left side. Come back to warrior two. Flip the right hand, peaceful warrior again, but take the bend out of the right knee. So we're going to straighten through that knee. And then we're going to come back, almost like we're coming into that extended side angle, but we're reaching over the toes with that right hand. And then we're going to take the right hand down to the right shin, left arm up. And here we are in triangle. Now engage your core and maybe let that right hand be loose on that right shin. It's just a point to hang on to, not a place to put weight into. Take your left hand to your hip. Engage your core as you come out. Both hands to the hips now. Right knee bends. Now just hang out here for just a moment. Breathe in and breathe out. And then start to take this left foot up to meet the right. Good. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Take your right foot back. Turn your right toes out. Now take your hands to that left knee. Good bend in that left knee. Legs are in warrior two, but the heart is moving toward that end of the mat, same direction that that left knee is. Now strong in that left foot, strong in your core. Let's go ahead and windmill the arms open for warrior two. Now, if this is a lot on your legs, you can shorten your stance. You can take a break as often as you need. Flip that left hand, peaceful warrior. Reach up good and long through that left side. Exhale, take this left elbow down, take the right arm over the ear. Good. Now come back into warrior two. Flip that left hand, peaceful warrior again, good and long through that left side. Then we're going to take the bend out of this left knee, okay? Press firmly into that left foot. Engage your core, keep it engaged as you bring your left hand over the left toes here. Keep that core engaged as you let your left hand come down to rest on the top of the left shin, Right arm goes that triangle pose. Good. Take your right hand to your hip. Feel yourself roll that right shoulder open just a little more. And then let's come back into warrior two legs, both hands on the hips. Resting in the shoulders, strong in the legs. Core is still good and secure. Just rest for a moment. Good. Now we're going to turn the left toes in. So now we're good and long on our mat, or good and wide on our mat here. And we're going to forward fold. Take your hands to the floor or to blocks. And just rest here. You can take your feet wider or closer if you need. Whatever feels better here, as long as you're pressing firmly into the whole of each foot, not just on the inside or the outside. Try to put the pressure in from all the way from the interior of the foot to the exterior. Lift up halfway and start to walk your hands forward and let your heart come down. So like a wide leg downward facing dog. Walk the hands back in. Let's turn your toes, your right toes to the right. Walk your hands about, well, if you were straight forward, it'd be 12 o'clock. So come over to about 2 o'clock here with the arms. And just walk them out. So we're in a warrior downward facing dog. Let's head back to the center, turn the right toes in. Let's do the same on the left side. So turn the left toes out, come to about 10 o'clock with the arms or the hands. Bend into that left knee. And if you have your blocks and you need them, by all means, use them. And then walk your hands back to the center. Let those left toes turn in, so to follow. Slide or walk the hands forward. Now this time bend into your knees a little more. Give some room in the low back. And then start to walk the hands back in. Let's turn your toes to the left and walk your hands back over to the left as well. Come on down to that right knee. Send the left knee back. Come into hands and knees here. Deep breath in. Exhale, round your back into cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, round into cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, round. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Good. Come back to a neutral spine. Come into a plank pose. So set the feet back. Top of a push-up, good and strong in the arms and in the core. And then we're going to lower down to your knees first. Reach your heart forward. So we're in a knee plank and it still has the integrity of a plank here. Engage your core. And we're going to lower down. Bend those elbows, come down between the hands. Inhale, lift into cobra. Good and long in the shoulders and the neck. Exhale back down. Now from here, take your right arm, take it off to the side. We're going to push into the top of the right toes, lift your left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, and set this foot down. Lay on your right cheek. So that left foot is flat to the floor as much as you can get. Sometimes our back doesn't let us go all the way, so it's okay if it's not flat. Just open that left knee as far as you can go. It's a good shoulder stretch and twist. If you want to go a little deeper into the shoulder, you can flip your right hand over so that the palm is up. Just take another breath or two here. And then we're going to roll back onto your belly. Let's slide this right hand in. Take the left arm out wide. Press into the top of the left toes. Lift your right heel. Bend the knee. Open up and set that right foot down to the floor. Rest on your left cheek, left ear. And of course, if you want that extra stretch, a little bit of a deeper stretch to your shoulder, just flip your palm of your left hand up. Just hold here for another breath or two. And then let's come back onto your belly. Slide that left hand in. We're going to slide the hands down a little bit deeper here, more toward the middle of your rib cage, if not toward the end. Press into the tops of the feet. And we're going to squeeze the elbows in and lift the heart, okay? Feel your elbows draw back, shoulder blades draw back, and your crown of your head move forward. And it's almost like you're clawing at your mat here to move forward. Lower back down. And do that again. Let's come back up. Press into the hands, fingers. Good and long in the spine. And lower back down. One more time, just like that. So pressing into the tops of the feet, tops of the legs, engage the core, lift. Good and long in the spine, long in the crown of the head. And lower back down. Good. This time, take your arms out to the sides like an airplane. Lift the feet up and lift the heart, or lift the heart, head, and your gaze. Squeeze the legs toward one another. And lower back down. And let's lift up again. Next exhale, release down. One more time, lift up just like that. So squeeze the legs together, lift the heart up, lift the arms, point through the fingers, long in the crown of the head, point through the toes, and lower back down. Good, slide the hands back in, press your way back into a child's pose. Take a rest. And then let's shift forward. Let's take the legs around. Come on down onto your back. Bring your knees into your heart. Feel the length of your spine on your mat. Let's take the arms wide, and we're going to shift your knees over to the right side. If this is too much on your back, you can set your feet to the floor and just windshield wiper your legs to the right. Okay, so you take whatever version is healthy for your back. And then let's take the legs back to center and let the legs fall over to the left side. Come back to center and set the feet to the floor. Let your arms come down to the sides, tuck your shoulder blades underneath, hands flat. Let's lift up into a bridge pose. Let's lift the heels up, which takes everything to the balls of the feet and the toes. And then lower your left heel down. Lift the left heel back up. Lower the right heel down. Send the right heel up. Left heel goes down. Left heel up. Right heel down. Right heel up. Take a deep breath in. And lower the heels and your tailbone back down to the floor. Good. Lift back up into your bridge. Lift both heels up. Good. Lower the left. Send it back up. Lower the right. Exhale out. Inhale, lift it. Exhale the left down. Inhale, lift it. Exhale the right down. Inhale, lift. One more time on each side. Left down, moving with the breath. And lift. Right down and lift. And then lower everything down to the floor. Good. Bring your knees into your heart. Wow. Just that slow movement. At first, I was like, I don't know if this is doing anything. And then by the time we were done, I was like, whoa, I can feel it now. Why don't we do that one more time? So set the feet down flat, lift up, bridge pose. Just moving with your breath. Let's lift up onto the balls of the feet. As you exhale, take your left heel down. Inhale it up. Right heel down, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale left down. Inhale it up. Exhale right down. Inhale it up. One more time on each side. Exhale the left down. Inhale up. Exhale the right down. Lord have mercy. Inhale it up. And lower everything down to the floor. Hello. We're gonna feel that tomorrow. If you're not feeling it already, take your knees into your heart. Just those slow, steady movements, man. Those are the ones that get us. Rock a little bit on your back. Let's take your left leg long down to the floor. Press through the heel. Take your right leg up. Take your arms, reach towards your toes. And then we're going to lift your head, neck, and shoulders up off of the floor. Press through that heel, reaching, crunching, reaching, and crunching. And then lower your shoulders back down. Keep your hands up. We're going to switch your legs. Right one down, left one up. Lift up. Nose is trying to go toward those toes. Press through that heel. Lower the shoulders back down. Switch legs again. Lift up. Good. Now without lowering down, switch your legs. Switch your legs again. And one more time. Good. Now lower down, everything down. Good. Walk your feet back in. Let's take your left knee, cross it over your right, and just let your legs fall down to the right side. Arms are out wide. Come into your twist. Breathe into your belly. And if it's okay with your neck, haha about the neck for this week for me with my neck has been out. Take your chin and turn it over towards your left shoulder. Ooh, Lordy. Press firmly into your right shoulder blade. And then take your head back to center, legs back to center. That right foot is on the floor. Take that left foot to the floor, cross your right knee over your left, and just let your legs fall over to the left side. Try to keep that right shoulder blade engaged with the floor. Press firmly into your left shoulder blade and take your chin over towards your right shoulder. Very nice. Come back to center. Uncross the legs. Bring your knees into your heart. And let's come up into your happy baby. Just rocking a little bit from side to side if you wish. Stretching or just bending into your knees. It's up to you, whatever feels best for you here. That completes your practice. And then relaxing the legs down. Walk your feet down to the corners of the mat. Feel free to lift up your heart, tuck your shoulder blades underneath, arms come down to the sides as your heart rests back down on the shoulder blades. Palms are open and we're finding our breath. We're sinking into this wintering season. This is our hibernation. This is our rest. Give yourself permission to completely relax in the midst of the swirling anxieties that we have, all of the tasks that are asking so much of us. Honor this place of rest. Slowly, steadily begin to deepen your breath. Just begin to awaken from your rest, still in the spirit of rest, still honoring that place, finding some movement in the fingers and toes. Begin to walk your feet in, bring your knees into your heart, welcome them in with the arms. Maybe rock a little left and right on the low back. And then rolling over to your favorite side to stack your knees, your hips, and your shoulders, continuing to honor this place of rest. This part is a very important part in your awakening. From here, gently press yourself into the floor and begin to rise. Coming into a comfortable seat, lifting up tall through the spine, hands coming into the heart. Noticing your breath, noticing your body, giving honor and peace and rest to your heart when you need it the most, whether it's in the middle of winter or if wintering comes in the middle of summer. If hard times are to be considered those places of wintering, when we need to take time to honor your heart, the place you are at in life. So wintering doesn't only come in its physical sense, it also comes in its emotional sense as well, even spiritual sense. So being aware of those times when wintering is coming on and honor it, because that is the time when we get our house in order, whether it's our physical house or our emotional or spiritual house. We take time to honor those times. Namaste. All right, my dears, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see you again soon. Bye.